This is the Dino Wells Show. Your host, Dino Wells. And your guest, Eric B. Ramsey. Auburn Tiger, you know what I mean? I'm a Alabama Crimson Tide for life.
The War Eagle.
he's War Eagle, and not knocking that. You know, we're still friends, we're industry buddies. So how is life after football?
Well, that's a very good question. You know, I could be like most ex-football player who NFL career was derailed and say, you know, it was terrible, life was bad, my life was just the worst as the pit after being blackballed from the NFL for speaking out about how Auburn treated black athletes. But I'm not going to say that. My life has actually been great. You know, I had a pretty good modeling career. I started acting by moving to California back in 2005, and then on top of that, I started writing, producing, directing my own movies, and since then I've done 5 films total. Almost 3 now, 3 in the past, less than 3 in less than 3 years, 2.5 years. So when you ask that question, let's just say life has been great.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
No negativity here.
You had already answered one of the questions I was about to ask you. You know, I was going to ask. I didn't want to, you know, talk about spoiled milk, old past stuff and everything. But you know, since you brought it up, I said, do you feel that, like I said, this is old news. That so-called scandal that kept you from the NFL. Do you really believe that kept you from getting your just due in the NFL?
Yeah, based on, I mean, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. They could say that I wasn't good enough, but you know, after having Marty Schottenheimer, who was the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, tell you that you can play in the NFL because when you hit people, they go backwards, and then having, you know, them pretty much blackball you after that, you know, we will never know, but we know that my stats coming out of college, you know, say a great open field tackler, and I pretty much did the same thing when I was in training camp at, you know, at Kansas City. So, but, you know, again, that's talking apples and oranges because they can say I wasn't good enough. And who's to say, you know, people are going to believe what they say or what I say because I didn't play. I only, you know, made it through the end of training camp. And after that, you know, it was all said and done.
Do you think that's why Pat Dye's not coaching, hadn't coached in since then because of that?
I'm sure that's the case. I mean, you know, like you said, it is what it is. It was a scandal, and you know, everybody had you know, a part they played in it. You know, from the coaches to me and, you know, anyone else. I got blackballed for NFL. Pat Dye didn't coach anymore, but hey, look at the bright side. He got a couple of million to not coach, so I don't think he did too bad.
Right. And now, since we talking about Auburn, you know, Auburn, tell you the truth, when I first moved to Eufaula, Alabama, this is the honest truth. When I first moved to Eufaula, Alabama, you know, Eufaula Tigers, and everybody on the team, like all the white boys on the team, they all talking about, we're going to Auburn, because Auburn Tigers. And I'm like, and I looked at Auburn, I'm like, man, that Tiger look beast. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
like, yeah, that Tiger look beast. So I was kind of leaning towards Auburn if I would have continued to play football to go to college. But when I saw Bobby Humphrey run that ball in Alabama and saw how dominant he was, I like, man, bump Auburn. I like Alabama. So I've been an Alabama fan since 1986.
Well,
And
that's what year I graduated high school, young man. But it's funny because I mean, believe it or not, I was an Alabama fan as well. I grew up, watching, seeing all the titles that Paul Bear Bryant had won, and I kept saying, I'm gonna go to Alabama. I'm gonna go to Alabama. But unfortunately, Alabama didn't recruit me like Auburn did. And I got a standing joke with a friend of mine by the name of Lamont Russell, who was an outstanding tight end at Alabama. I always told him, I said, Auburn, Alabama chose you over me. That's why I didn't go to Alabama. And so we joke about that even to this day, all these years later. In 1986, because I graduated in high school in 1986. But I was an Alabama fan too. But I grew to love Auburn just like everybody else did. From seeing Bo Jackson and all those guys like that. And of course, I still say one of the greatest Auburn players, other than Bo Jackson, to me was Lawyer Tillman,
oh yeah, running back, right?
the receiver.
Oh, receiver. Okay, right. Okay, my bad. I said running back. I'm tripping.
It's okay. Well, yeah, you still on Alabama.
Yes, but I think my favorite player that came out of Auburn, besides yourself, because I did my research on you, is Fred Smith. Fred
Yeah.
Smith, we went to high school together. Fred was a monster. Fred was our quarterback. He was He was punt returner, linebacker, DB. He was like a utility guy that did everything.
Right. And Fred did pretty much he could have done all that at Auburn, but for some reason they decided to keep him at DB, and which that sucker could hit like crazy, man, and and I know that I'm surprised that I don't know how the NFL worked out for him. Didn't follow him too much after that
He
because
got
Mahomes.
injured. He had a
Oh,
knee. He
okay.
had a knee injury, and then that was that was the end of that.
Oh, okay. That's what happened. That's right. But Fred
Shillings
would
came
have.
up after that. I think his name was Shillings or something. Took over the spot after him.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. But Fred was an excellent teammate and an excellent player. I mean, like I said, the fella could hit. He made you up your hitting game by watching him. Hold on one
Yeah,
second.
I remember. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember we at practice, and I remember we were doing the Oklahoma drill, and boy, that the terminology knock your D in the dirt. He did that.
Oh yeah, I can believe that. Like I said, the way he played at Auburn, I can definitely believe that.
All right, so what are your methods to getting the character when you get into character in the film? What are your methods?
I self-taught myself as far as acting. I don't really have any kind of method because, to be honest with you, I look and I pay attention to what the description of the character, and then once I get the description of the character and ask over and over, a few times what they want, how they projecting this character to be, I just try to portray it that way. There's no research too much of anything I've done unless I'm playing something that's extreme like a drug addict or something like that, which
Right.
I did play a drunk once, and but I got that I learned to play that role from um family experience, having
Right.
family members that when they're drunk. So that's nothing in particular that's special about what I did or what I do as far as acting is concerned.
Now you're married, right?
I'm divorced. I'm
Okay.
engaged. I'm engaged now.
Congratulations. Same
Thank
here.
you.
Same here.
Congratulations.
Getting married this I guess late spring, early
Oh,
summer.
cool. Oh, you get married before me. I'm getting married in November.
Oh wow! Congratulations on that one as well.
Thank you.
How in this film business, some scenes when we do scenes as an actor, there will be a scene where you might have your scene partner that you have to do some kissing or an intimate scene. How do you prepare for that, and how do you let your significant other understand that this is just a scene in the movie?
Well, first of all of that comes with maturity. If you have a immature significant other that's, concerned about what you're doing, are you doing this, are you doing that, are you cheating or anything like that, then you're going to have a problem. But if you have an understanding significant other like I have, and you let them know what's going on before, you know, everything takes place. And most of the time, they're not even worried about it. My fiance, she just said it's acting. The thing is, I don't do a lot of that now anyway. Now that that I've been in a relationship, I haven't done a whole lot of kissing or those kind of roles. Where a couple of my friends, I know they've written roles specifically in mind for them to be in kissing situations or love making situations. But I try to stay away from that.
My thing is, I feel that if the scene is warranted and it brings the story along and it makes
Right.
sense, then yes, I will do it. If it doesn't make sense and it doesn't carries the scene along, it doesn't, if it's just something just
Exactly.
to sell the movie, then
Right.
I'm not going to do it. But if it makes sense
Exactly.
to the scene, yes, I will do it.
But that's just we always say, it's got to make sense, and that's the operative word. It got to make sense. If it don't make sense, there's no sense in doing it.
Right. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's a lot, and I was having a debate with some friends about that too as well. And I have a friend that's very religious, and they don't believe in doing that and all that stuff too. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, what do
It
you
is
have in
what
the
it is.
so what do you have in the works?
I'm doing a new movie. Off the success of my last movie, Cannibal, about Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve.
Oh yeah, I remember you
Uh,
were telling me about that one before. Wow.
yeah. So that's going through the distribution process, and now I just finished writing, and I'm about to start shooting in April. A new movie is place in Alabama, a hospital in Alabama called Price Hospital, where doctors there wanted to find a cure for white mental illness. They got together with the KKK and the jail system, and they started using blacks in order to perform lobotomies on them to find a cure for white mental illness.
Wow.
Even though mental illness don't have a color.
Wow. That is just
Yeah,
justify their stupidity, probably.
exactly. Then that's the point that I'm trying to make.
Wow. That's crazy. That's gonna be a powerful story. And I wonder now. You know that Nate Parker had a hard time getting that movie Birth of a Nation distribution and funding and all that stuff like that. He went through the whole shenanigans to go through that, and he even turned down a prominent black producer for his distribution to go with Fox. I think Fox took it over, whatever the case may be. But
Mhm.
do you think that's going to be hard for you to get distribution with that one because of the context of that story?
We'll see. You know, my thing is, I do movies that are thought provoking, that challenge the senses and make you say, I wonder if that really happened. You
My
know,
same here. I write the same thing. I write thought provoking stories, just like my TV
exactly,
pilot, as it's thought provoking because it touches on all parameters of fields.
exactly, exactly. And so you wonder. My whole thing is, you hope it, that there's no drawbacks or setbacks from that, and that you want people to be receptive of it and everything. Because we got the success of Get Out. I mean, it don't necessarily portray white people in a good light, but does make you think on some of the different things that they do and a lot of the stereotypes of that they have about us. And that's all my movie doing is just making you think. And and the answer to your question was that we'll see.
Shout out to Jordan Peele for being the first time director to make 100 million on his movie on his debut.
Amen. Amen.
Wow, shout out to that, man. I was like,
Really, yeah, it's a
that
really good
was
movie.
off the chain. I was sitting there like, man, I want to be the first.
Hey, it's still out there. I don't I just keep making them until I always say I'm gonna keep throwing stuff at the wall until something finally sticks.
Do you think it's because his name and the credibility he built up with being with Keenan and doing all those his comedy sketches and things and such forth to help, and that fan base helped that movie get to where it is?
Yeah, I think so, but it took white people and black people going out and to supporting it that's given it the success that it's maintaining. He only did it for 4.5 million, so
Right, right. I
and
saw that.
he could have garnered a lot of that money from just the stuff that he's done with about the movie about the cat, and then even the
Right.
movie that even the comedy that he and Key does. I mean, they're some funny guys, and I didn't I not saying I predicted that success, but I'm not surprised that that it's doing so well because like they do have a great following.
That's what I'm talking about. And I like seeing us do great things as a
Of
people.
course,
And
of
of
course.
course they're gonna have the haters come out and gonna hate on their shine and hate on
Well,
their glory.
you got some black hating on him. Samuel Jackson hating on him the other day. So
I
you
did
know
I read about that too, and that was funny to me. I was like, actually, it was hating on the young black actor because he was British, and some of
that's
them,
stupid. That's
yeah,
stupid.
that's
That
crazy. Sometimes when you taking
yeah.
the British black actors or taking jobs away from the African American actors, like we are black.
Well, how about every movie, every role he's in it, he has 1,000 roles a year. So why how come he's not giving these roles to somebody else or turning them over to somebody else instead of letting him do all of them?
Right,
Come
yeah.
on,
Give
man.
me that
Come
"What's in
on.
your pocket" commercial, please. Let me
You
get
know,
that for a minute.
you about to be on King Kong, and you worrying about how they doing as far as who they put in their movie, whether they British or whatever color. They black. I mean, let it go.
Right. I
Let
guess
it
he's
go.
mad because his face wasn't in it. Man, I wanted to be in that too.
You can't play. You can't. Unfortunately, you can't play a 20-something-year-old. Sorry. And
Exactly.
no disrespect to Sam. It's just stupid for him to say that, though. I think he's a great actor, great guy, but that was stupid for him to say.
Yep. Yep. So where can your fans reach you on social media?
Social media, you can get me on the Eric B. Ramsey. You can on Facebook. You can get me on the Team Ramsey Entertainment on Facebook. You can get me under at Eric the Ramster on Instagram and at Eric the Ramster on Twitter. I Twitter, but I don't tweet.
Right. I feel you. Now I have another. I'm gonna have to go back on this. And do you feel that you have the what's his name? That running back that played for USC that went to New Orleans. Do you feel y'all styles are synonymous? Like y'all journey, are type of synonymous. 'Cause I was just thinking about that just a second ago. Like I remember that guy. He was a beast. He did his thing, and they took his Heisman from him because of some shenanigans that went down in USC. But
Reggie Bush?
yeah, Reggie Bush.
No, I wouldn't quite the talent as Reggie Bush was. As far as I mean, from looking at it, Reggie Bush had one great skill as a running back. Even though I was a triple threat, I still wouldn't probably if I would concentrate on more than one. If I would just concentrate on one, specific craft, then maybe. But no, Reggie Bush is a phenomenal, athlete, and I think the stuff that he went through is the thing difference between him and I is that what I did, I was truthful, and Reggie, I think he caused himself a lot of heartache by not being truthful,
Right.
because they were going to take it anyway, you know,
Right.
whether or not he told the truth or not. And so, but it looked like he rebounded from it, and all I can do is wish him the best.
Right. How's your book coming along?
The book is it's in stall mode. I've the young man that I was working with, I've actually assigned him to do something else with me instead of go on the book. And then, I'm just 48. I got several years to do autobiography, and that's pretty much. I'll wait until I add some more to the pot before I continue cooking.
Most definitely. Have you seen When the Bell Rings yet?
I've heard of it, and I've seen these clips of it. And I know that's your baby, and I've seen the trailer. I haven't seen it in its entirety.
Yes, When the Bell Rings has won 4 awards and is doing pretty good. It's not doing what I thought it would do, but Meta World Peace came on, did his thing with it. But we
I did see that. I've seen a lot of it, like I said, but I hadn't seen the whole thing. I mean, and I got to get back,
Well,
I promise you
Well, I'm
before
gonna bless you
I
with
get back
that.
to
I bless you with the link so you can see it for free, the
okay.
whole thing. So I
Yeah.
gave you the link and the password so you can check that out. And
Okay, and I'll do the same thing with Cannibal. I'll send you the link where you give me your link where you can watch Cannibal in its entirety.
well, that is awesome because I know I've been hearing so much. I remember you was talking about it. And I really love to see that, man. That would be
Yeah,
tight.
yeah. Gary, I've actually got Gary Sturgis to play a part in my new movie so far, the old Bryce movie. So I'm just just trying to get him out, man. And like I was telling you before, I'm gonna keep throwing stuff at the wall until it sticks.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I know we're gonna work together on. I know I feel it in our bone. We're gonna work together on Gnarly Fields. The Gnarly Fields is
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds like a very interesting story, and it's anything that bring light to something that's always up my alley. So definitely, let's keep in discussion about it, and hopefully we can get it and bring it to fruition.
right. Can you give?
Um, Listen, guys, if you're not paying attention to this young man by the name of Dino Wells, you better look out because this guy is on fire and he's ready to go. He has a lot of ideas and he's great thinker, great motivator. I've been privy to know him for a few years now, and I look forward to working with him in the future. Thoroughly enjoyed, having this conversation and being part of your show, Dino. Keep up the great work. Everybody, Dino Wells, you better watch out.
Thank you very, very much. This is the Dino Wells Show. Thank you very much, man.